which is super exciting. Yeah, Restream allows me to stream to multiple platforms. So we're streaming on X and YouTube and on my backup account on TikTok right now. So I think I have a few more minutes. Let's see, 2 more minutes before I unlock multi-guest on my TikTok account, but we're here. So today I'm going to yap a little bit just about a myriad of topics that I'm interested in right now that I find important. What I want to highlight is probably one of my favorite Trump cabinet picks so far, and that's Scott Bessent. So, a little bit about Scott Bessent. He has been nominated for Secretary of Treasury by the Trump administration. And what I'm excited most about is Scott Bessent served as Chief Investment Officer for the Soros Fund. High level position, high level of funds that he was managing. He has a massively good reputation on Wall Street for his just skills, his market knowledge. I'm really excited about this pick. So his policy overall is going to follow the three arrows. It's 3% GDP growth. He wants to reduce the budget deficit to 3%, and he wants to increase US energy production to 3 million barrels per day. So overall, solid policies to pursue, and I think ultimately will benefit our economy as a whole. So when we look at his qualifications, he's also the founder of let's see, what was it called? Square Capital Management. He's the CEO and founder. Him and his partner live in DC. He's a Yale graduate. He believes in tariffs. He's definitely a tariff advocate, but he believes that they need to be layered and gradual. So I know a lot of individuals are quite concerned with the tariffs Trump is throwing out, like 25% to Canada and just these, across the board tariffs. What I do want to say is I think this is a negotiating standpoint. I think this is a way to negotiate and just start the conversation around tariffs. So what I'm going to do, guys, on TikTok, I'm going to restart you because I did unlock the multi-guest and everything. So I'm going to restart this live. Just come right back. All right. Sorry, guys. We're getting my new TikTok set up here. Okay. All right. So again, one of my favorite picks. I think he is incredibly knowledgeable and skilled when we talk about the economy. 2 seconds. Okay. So yeah, he's also pro crypto. So the Democrats made a move to sort of push away from crypto. And part of that was because of the Samuel Bankman-Fried controversy. If you don't know, look it up. Samuel was sentenced to 25 years for his orchestration of multiple fraudulent schemes. This involved FTX, related to more than 1.7 billion. So he defrauded lenders of more than 1.3 billion, and a lot of money went in as donations to the Democratic Party. So they have ever since kind of been a little bit meh on crypto. Well, Scott Bessent is very pro crypto. He believes it benefits young investors. He wants to encourage it in the marketplace. So we're going to probably see more crypto under Scott Bessent's leadership as the Department of Treasury. I don't foresee any issue of him getting confirmed, to be completely honest. I think he's going to do quite well with that. So while we're talking about campaign funds, I want to touch on Kamala Harris's disastrous campaign funding. So she raised, last figure I heard, I believe, was $1.2 billion for her campaign in like a matter of 3 months. So money was flowing in. John Morgan, who I believe donated 1.8 million, he's a heavy Democrat donor, big time Democrat donor. He spoke out and he's like, this is atrocious. He believes that this could possibly have ended Kamala's political career just because of how irresponsibly these funds were spent. So I don't understand how you could believe that this woman would have been able to oversee and lead the US economy when she was horrific at leading her own campaign funds. Clearly, she trusted the wrong people. I understand she wasn't directly involved in the day-to-day management of her campaign funds or oversight, but wow, what a mess. So all of that money was spent. They lost bigly, as Trump would say, and it's an embarrassment. It's going to be a black eye on her political career. And again, I think it is going to stifle any future opportunities she's seeking as a politician, but we'll see how that plays out. I don't see why any Democratic donor would be like, "Sure, I'll give you my money again," when you blew through 1.2 billion and still didn't get elected, and a lot of it's just I mean, I think the salaries of these individuals is gonna be investigated. I know she spent 6 figures to build the set for Call Her Daddy, just insane, and you can go and compare the numbers between the Trump and Harris campaign, and it's quite a different approach to spending. So, interesting. Again, I don't foresee her having a political career, but again, a lot of the, um, Democrat big donors are speaking out against it. So, what's another crazy thing? We can talk about the mayor of Denver, who seems to be backing off his original comments that he was willing to be arrested to protect migrants in Colorado, undocumented migrants. Now, what I don't understand is Tom Holman, who the borders are tapped by Trump, has made it perfectly clear that the first priority will be dangerous individuals. So anyone on the terror watch list, anyone who has gang affiliations, anyone with criminal record who's an undocumented migrant is getting deported. I don't really understand why the mayor of Denver would not abide by that. Why they wouldn't want to protect their citizens and you know get these individuals out of their communities. We know that Tren de Aragua is present in Colorado. They've established a presence in Colorado, and I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to get him out? I don't understand that reasoning. He has seemed to back off those comments, say that, maybe I shouldn't have gone that far. I understand that the wording was a little strong. He threatened to use Denver Police Department to interfere with ICE, and you can't do that. So I think what we're going to see happen from the Trump administration is I believe that they're going to defund the sanctuary cities. So these sanctuary jurisdictions, those can be cities, states, counties, will no longer receive federal funding. Now, what's important about that is states cannot just go print money. So when states fail to meet their obligations, they can't just go print money to make up the deficit, right? They have to either cut services to citizens or increase property taxes. Now, I don't know about you, but I live in Colorado. The cost of living here is already outrageous. Cost of homes already outrageous. And I don't know how many homeowners can really afford or want to afford, at least in Denver County, an increased property tax to support these migrants. So this year alone, the city and county of Denver budgeted $40,000 per undocumented migrant that they took in. Now, these funds would go towards food, housing, healthcare, services for, just social services in general. We don't see Denver citizens, homeless citizens getting this same allotment. So it's wildly unfair. It's going to be super problematic if the county doesn't have the funds to support these people going forward. I think it was a short-sighted policy to make these people get the feel goods. However, it's not sustainable long term, especially now that Trump is in office and is going to simply cut it off. And I'm sure he will, especially why wouldn't he? If they're not going to cooperate with federal agencies and if they're not going to play ball. And again, it's weird to me that they don't want to deport dangerous people, but what do I know? So Colorado has lost its marbles. Not that that's news politically. There is a new documentary out I saw. So apparently there were 4 millionaires or billionaires that deployed a strategy in Colorado to turn it blue. Now, the plan is, thank you guys for joining my team on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. The plan is to push that strategy out to other states, right? And so I'm going to watch that documentary. I'm going to stream it in my Discord server. If you're on TikTok right now, you can join my Discord server. The link is in my bio. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube. This full live that I'm recording on YouTube live, and I'm on live on X right now as well, will go onto my YouTube so you can rewatch it. So subscribe to my YouTube. That's the best way to support me today. Follow this backup account if you haven't already, and share the live. Get people in here. Tap the screen. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting midterms, but I do want to bring some attention to what has happened politically in Colorado because I was born and raised here. And we saw just a massive blue shift, probably starting, I would say, about 8 years ago, really heavily 8 years ago. Possibly you could potentially go back to 12 years. So yeah, I don't know. I want to dig into that. So we'll be discussing that in future lives. Again, subscribe to my YouTube if you want to catch that. You can hit the little bell to get notified when I upload a new video. I'm going to be doing this format much more going forward, where I come on here for about 20 to 30 minutes and just share different topics with you that I've been researching or looking into. And then I will be going on to TikTok to have a panel conversation on there with individuals. So that's the plan. This is my first time going live on YouTube and X. So that's exciting. At least I got it figured out. And this will be a lot easier to do as we move forward with my platform. So another thing I want to talk about before I end here, I am linking up with a few other creators to bring some awareness to the TikTok censorship that we're seeing as political creators. It is out of control. I currently have 2 accounts where I can't live stream. I caught 7-day bans for advocating for female rights and sex-based protections in law. So they took me down. You apparently are not allowed to confirm or affirm biological reality in biological sex. You're apparently, as a woman, not allowed to advocate yourself as a female wanting female exclusive spaces or sex-based protections in law without it being considered hate speech on TikTok. And that's a real problem to me. And I'm not the only one. This isn't the only topic they censored. I'm not the only account by any stretch. There's conservative creators who are on their 33rd account. I'm seeing a ton of comments on my recent videos. If you go to my last video, you can just go through the comment section and you will see how outrageous the censorship is right now on TikTok. And it's a real problem. Now, it's looking like the Trump administration is going to keep TikTok around. They want to keep TikTok around. It's likely not going anywhere in January. So what I'm going to ask TikTok is, if you have the privilege, which it's a privilege to have this market share here in the United States, let's at least attempt to lay off the censorship. It is unreasonable. It is stifling solid conversations and political discourse in this country. It is unfortunately limiting people from having the reach that they should have and that they deserve to have as creators, and that they otherwise would have if TikTok wasn't throttling their account. So I'm going to continue to bring attention to it. The next plan is to create templates that we can email and send to our senators and representatives and try to start bringing attention to it. Other ways you can support, I haven't done it on this account, but on my main account, I changed my PFP to the just censored profile picture, just to again state I've been censored, I've experienced it, and I stand against it. The Discord server is in my bio. It's called TikTok Censored. So if you guys wouldn't mind joining that server, if you want to be involved in the grassroots activism effort where we're bringing attention to this, it would be greatly appreciated, because we need all the help we can get. Another thing you can do is just support your creators, engage with their videos, leave positive comments, watch the video all the way through, like it, repost it, share it. That goes a long, long way, especially when you have creators who are getting just bombarded with negative comments from people with a different political ideology. Go to your creators' lives, sit in there even if you sit in there for 2 or 3 minutes, it helps. But again, the link to that server is in my bio if you guys have any interest in joining us on Discord for the conversation and for what we're going to try to be doing in the coming weeks. If we could get the attention of Donald Trump, of Nancy Mace, of any of these people with huge platforms, I truly believe we could get some pressure on TikTok to update their algorithm, reassess their process for mass reporting. I don't understand how these individuals face no negative consequences, and when you're mass reported, it's an automatic ban. I think that needs to be reassessed, because obviously there's some players on this app who are taking advantage of that, unfortunately. So hence why I'm on my 3rd account for a live right now, because my first 2 are down for simply saying things that I can't say because I want to keep this account. I don't get my main back for 2 more days. So anyways, that's what I'm going to be focusing a lot on is my live streams. We're going to branch out to YouTube and X because I think that's really important. I don't want to just be pigeonholed to TikTok, especially when they're up to their shenanigans with the censoring. So if you guys can please, in my bio, in my link tree is the little YouTube play button. Please subscribe to my YouTube. That's all I need your help with today. Just subscribe to my YouTube. I really want to get it out there. Also, you can follow me on X. Again, my X account is there. The handle is just Logic Lives. So I appreciate all the support. Again, yay for my first live stream on X and YouTube. I am not going anywhere. You're going to see me a lot more, hopefully 2 to 3 times a week. I'll kind of put these 20 to 3-minute episodes, I guess you would call them, or streams. They will be archived on my YouTube channel. So if you miss me streaming live, you can hop over there and check it out. So Thank you guys for joining me on X and YouTube. I'm going to continue the live on TikTok and see if we can get any conversations going. But yeah, thanks for